Hello, my sweet dear magical friends on YouTube and on TikTok. Welcome, willkommen. Oh, you would right now, wouldn't you? Welcome, willkommen. Oh, welcome, willkommen to your Capricorn graduation. Hold on, I'm texting. I call you. Oh man, this happens synchronistically. If you have to call someone, you need to call them right after you have to do that thing. Welcome, welcome, everyone, to your Capricorn graduation. And I'm going to put the disclaimer out there. You can see the thumbnail, you can see the title of this video, trigger warning for everybody. This is a full moon that for some people is going to be a little bit more of like a karmic kickback. And then for other people, it's going to be the like, hurrah and yay, Um, so I want to start there, and I want to start because you guys know that I'm always on your side. So even if the readings that I channel for you has, you know, there's like a clear villain, I'll always talk about it from the hero's perspective in what I'm channeling, and then I'll also channel help for the villain, or if there's any kind of negative energy in your readings. We make sure to channel for everyone because it's about the evolution of the soul. It's about the growth. It's about the maturity. It's about the maturation. It's about the progress. It is about the results, but you're not always, hey, Troy, welcome, willkommen. Not always supposed to focus on the results. Sometimes you're just supposed to focus on your actions and not the results. And then the results are going to happen, but not when you're only focusing on the, okay? Um, okay. So the sign of Capricorn is a sign that is symbolized by the glyph with the goat front and someone said a mermaid back, but it's like a fish. I like mermaid better, to be honest, though. So we have the ends of water creature, and then the goat front. We come out of this goopy, slimy, so strange, deep water, and we get to the very highest mountaintop. How is that? How does that make any sense? Even in a storytelling fashion, how does that make any sense? Well, you have to suspend belief for a little bit, and you have to listen to the freaking story, right? And you have to allow the symbols to penetrate your imagination. And you have to, just like when someone's reading to you or when you're reading, when I'm reading, eventually I'm just watching something. Like I don't even see the words. I'm just like seeing it and hearing it and I'm living it. And so, sure, maybe that sounds a little crazy, but vision is necessary for anyone who's ever done anything. And so it's a mistake to think that Capricorn is a sign that's only focused solely on the results, or solely on money or status or gain, or you know um, being in power tripping, being in control, or having control over other people, and abuse of power, and financial shenanigans, and embezzlements, and all these terrible, like, Capricorn things. um, but the the point that I'm trying to inarticulately get to is that you can't just, for this earth sign, Capricorn, you can't just work super hard. You have to have a vision. And what feeds Capricorn the bigger vision is Cancer energy. The sun's in Cancer, and we have this Mercury, Venus in Cancer. And that's like, that could be the mania part. That could be just pure joy and happiness and warm nostalgia and all of the cuddly things and all of the warm, fuzzy, familiar. That's the bosom that always will take you in. Yeah, 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 darling. Yeah, yeah. It's like, it's okay. It's okay. It's gonna be like, you just come into my bosom, and I'll just tell me everything. It's all gonna be okay. Everything, you just cry your darling little eyes out. I'll take care of everything. Just wash it all away. All of the, that nice, beautiful, yummy, feminine energy. But it's the water signs and the air signs that are going to help. Everyone has a vision, can cultivate vision, but the emotional commitment and the emotional dedication to pledge to that vision, when you power up this image with emotion, comes down into the Capricorn realm, into our domain, which is Earth. Capricorn must learn how to conquer ourselves, and then we learn how to make the world give us what we want after you conquer yourself. And that's why it's just a trip. So this full moon, I feel like we're going to see where we've been having equal parts self-love, self-nurturing, the Cancer energy, the vision, the dreaming, the I was telling someone recently, like, you need to dream more. You need to daydream, like actively daydream more, because it's so much. I get this from my telekinesis teacher, but he said, like, there's so much strength taken out of the word imagination, because the visualization, the power of vision it's like, but when you say the word imagination or visualize, it just loses all of its, and it's such a bunny shame too, you guys. So this Capricorn full moon, for some, the axis that's being right now really activated is bringing all kinds of feelings to light when it comes to that relationship with yourself and what you've been able to manifest in the world. If your heart's been saying something since January of this year on the new moon in Capricorn, and you had betrayed a boundary with yourself, and maybe you went along with the status quo, maybe you did some dark Capricorn things, and or you just were too hard on yourself, and you were only caring about dollars and cents and numbers, and you weren't connected to the humanity. Maybe you're a parent, and you bring home the bread but don't invest the time with your children and play with them. And one thing I like to ask parents is, like, okay, so what's their favorite game that they like to play with you, and what's your favorite game that you like to play with them, and which ones do they like? I ask because different games that kids like to play, I feel like I know so much about someone when I'm like, ooh, your favorite game's hide and seek, or all right, you're gonna help me plan a surprise for another, like, family member or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like an interesting way to, like, get to explore. But so think about the past 6 months, and if the Capricorn moon illuminates some boundary that you betrayed of your own, or maybe you overworked, you were over disciplined, you were very unkind, very cruel to yourself, and you're done, job well done, and you're ready for every full moon every month is balance. We need to balance something that got unbalanced, and in the completion of some kind of objective, conscious or unconscious, we bring that back into balance. So every full moon is this illumination of an unconscious, manifestation, and then we see what we've been manifesting. So it's like, you can't fool universe with your vibe. You can't say, oh yeah, I want peace and kumbaya, and then you gossip about people right after you see them to other people, and then it blows up in your face, and then you're like, what happened? So this is going to be a full moon where you're going to have the reality to look at. And that's the disclaimer, and that's going to depress people. That's what I'm trying to get at, is that it's going to, like, that reality, that whatever it is, it could be depressing to people. people could feel like they're not making enough money, that they're not big enough, or they're not wealthy enough, they're not powerful enough, they don't have enough skills, or they gave up on themselves and they wish they could have kept learning something, or they they wish they were more disciplined and they would have more to show for it. Some people are going to be like, I have nothing to show for it. I wasted half the year already. I have nothing to show for it. Some people, their relationships, they did not show up to the vision, or they were over disciplined and tried to bulldoze and grind through a relationship or a situation that wasn't meant to be forced like that. Whatever, and that's coming up, like, oh my God, now we have this to deal with, now this is coming up. So whatever it is, that could be part of the depressive part. And Capricorn, check in on your Capricorn friends. If you kind of know how their last 6 months have been going, check in on them, just like, hey, do you want to take a break? I'm sure you were productive today, Cap. You want to take a break? I'm gonna call my friends after this. So it's very much like, but I had to be very productive. Today was like, guys, just like a personal, like, Capricorn moment. So I did do the script and I sent it off again, and this morning, and it was just, that's what I did on the summer solstice, the longest day of the year. I worked, and I needed the extra time. I needed the longest day of the year to work on that freaking script. So if you guys have been working on anything, Capricorn full moon, perfect time to put it out there and garner some attention to it. Okay, so that's the womp 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 part of the full moon. I'm going to talk about the positive manifestation for if you've been working hard, and then we're going to get into the tarot. So you're so sweet, thank you. So the manic mania part of this is the Cancer stuff. And I know Capricorns were the assholes of the zodiac, and I know we get such a bad rap, and we're so mean, and we're all about work, and we're workaholics, and I get it. I totally get it. But we take care of people. Okay, we take care of people, and we love spoiling people. We love spending money on people. We love treating and taking care of and being responsible and being just, all we want is a thank you. That's it. We want to thank you, and we want you to not add to our burdens and, like, responsibilities in little small ways. If you could just make little things a lot easier, it would be amazing. It'd be amazing. I was going to say something so vulgar, but maybe I will say it. We will. No, I can't say it. But it's just, that's all we want. So, a little thank you, little thoughtful little things to make our lives easier, and we'll take care of you forever. So, but that Cancer energy is just so, I feel like it could be kind of over the top, like in the best way. Of course, the negative Cancer energy could be absolutely hysterical and ridiculous. If people are hysterical and ridiculous, that's this. Doesn't I mean, we got Jupiter and freaking Gemini. I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of information, a lot of news, a lot of tidbits, a lot of details, juicy details floating around. But the positive side, if you've been working your ass off the past 6 months, if you've really been, you have a goal, you're working towards it. Let me put it this way, you were doing that kind of work when you came up to obstacles and you kept going and you went right through them. Maybe you jumped over it, maybe you catapulted over it, dug underneath it, whatever, but you figured it out. But not because you overcame the obstacle, because you overcame yourself. And then the obstacle started to look different to you. Remember, conquering the self, changing the self, and then we'll get to moving stuff around. Of course. My pleasure. So, so if you've been working hard in that Capricorn area, and it's been hard, it's always hard. And this is a manic depressive full moon for like a few days because it's a full moon in Capricorn, got to go all the way through Capricorn. Before that, it was confusing. So Thursday, Friday could have been confusing and unsavory for people. Like that's not what I thought it was, or that's different, or that's not what I understood, or something like that. Then we get into this really consequential full moon where we've got to reconcile with the truth. And some of this is going to be, okay, we have to put in more work. We have more work to go. And some of this is going to be the congratulations for the work I've already done. So you just being self-aware and honest with yourself and being able to get over yourself in the Capricorn area of your life over the last 6 months, the reward is you. The reward is peace of mind. No conflict in my life since 2019. There have been two, I've counted now, since 2019, no conflict in my life, right? Took a hard line stance on it. There's just been two stretches since then where there's been conflict, and I've negated them both. Happy as a clam. But even when there's conflict, and you can't always, this is, unless you're the monk on top of the, ashram in the mountain and stuff like that. So alchemizing energy, yes, but first you have to know yourself and get to feel your own energy. And for those of us that we're going to project energy and actually do fun magical things with your knowledge and with your practices and stuff, especially if you take spiritual practices further and further. But that's like the baseline is meditation, just to relax and just to bring any kind of, I've been very overstimulated this morning. I'm telling you, with the screenwriting, I'm just like, I was very, very overstimulated. I was really excited. So, whatever, but coming back to being like calm and chill, because we're looking for that baseline. So every full moon, every month is going to be a big kind of, swing on one side or the other side. But this full moon, I would expect both. I would expect moments of absolute joy and preciousness and creativity and love and excitement. And then I would also expect a very clear, like, assessment, like a recipe, like an ingredient list or a price tag or something that shows you exactly what it's going to take to get this outcome, to fulfill this dream, to fulfill this want, to fill this wish. And so some people, like I said, and some, or maybe just some things in your life, you're going to get it because you already fulfilled the requirements. You already did the thing. You've already done all the stuff. And then this is going to be it. It's going to come over the next couple of weeks. And for others, you're going to see, oh, fuck, I still have to do more. That's okay. That's normal. That's balance. That's okay. I'm so rambly tonight. I thought I was just going to pop on and do the tarot. But I felt it. I wanted to just help everyone have a little bit, because Capricorn, especially if you have your moon in Capricorn, it could be such, my mom used to call me her little Sour Patch Kid. And it's like that. You're like a little Sour Patch Kid. So cheer up, Buttercup. Let's take a look. What's the message? What can we expect? What can we expect? Ooh, Queen of Wands, spicy. Three of Pentacles and the Three of Wands. This is about business. Capricorn, all about business. TikTok. Sorry, wait. Okay. Three of Wands, Three of Pentacles, Queen of Wands. I love this deck so much. Thank you, Mom. I love you. Okay. Three of Wands, Three of Pentacles, Queen of Wands. This is business. This can also be a culmination of deals and very lucrative business ventures and all of the corporate, all of the hierarchical, bureaucratic. There could be things that finally fall into alignment that, how do I put this? It follows protocol. So it's not like very unusual. This would be something that it fits in with the status quo, or it fits into the structure, it fits into the like mechanism, like it's like some she's showing me like all this inner machinery. But it fits, right? It fits into the societal structures. Or the VIPs and the authority figures are approving of what's going on. It's an approval, it's a sanctioning, an approval of what what's coming to light and what's being brought on the desk, what's being shown, what's being revealed. And the tarot says that there could be like a coming together of people for a really exciting purpose. Someone will experience a change in finances. So there could be a different way that you're earning income, or you could be maneuvering, changing schools, homes, vehicles, that kind of thing. It just wouldn't be a Capricorn full moon unless we pulled out the devil from the tarot. Of course not. Okay. We're gonna stop. We're gonna stop right there. We're gonna stop right there. It's kind of warm. I'm kind of thinking about the beach. I'm not completely resigned yet. Okay, the Chariot, bottom of the deck, the Hanged Man, and the Knight of Swords. So overall, I feel like the Hanged Man is very lucky right now with this reading for you. The Hanged Man, thank you, thank you. Delays are fortunate. Delays are beneficial to you. So if you've been waiting this week or the last couple of weeks, believe the new moon was June 4th or June the 5th, somewhere around there. Something you were starting or something that was happening, beginning around that time, is reaching a fullness now and going to play out over the next couple of weeks. So if there's been any delays for you guys over this past week or last little while, it looks like it was for your benefit and things are going to work out even better for you that there was a delay. Something can pick up again and be reanimated or kind of go off at like a really big. Troy's moving. Okay. Yes. Scorpio. Yep. Third house for the Scorpios. Could be changes in locations or neighborhoods. Communicate. Oh, that's right. We did the 12 sign breakdown on the Patreon through the zodiac. Let's go ahead and clarify. Tell me more about the Three of Wands, Three of Pentacles, and the Queen of Wands, please. Ooh, good God. It's the High Priestess. So it looks like it's a surprise. That's what I'm gonna say. It's a surprise. And it feels a little bit like this is a good surprise. This is almost like thank you. It's a business surprise. It's like a launch. It's like a launch of something. There's some kind of like hard launch of something that people are going to be starting to plan over this full moon. This is actually a really great one for alliances and partnerships, and whether this is like whatever you do, business partners, work partners, colleagues, even creative, because of that, the Gemini Pisces squares leading up to this over the last couple of weeks. Creative partnerships would be amazing. So I would say find the most trusty, dependable, consistent, responsible creatives that you could find. They should look especially good right now. Mixing both of the things. Okay. Two of Pentacles. Tell me more about the Two of Pentacles. Thank you. And it's the Ten of Pentacles. So you're changing. Someone here is changing their income, the spending, but it's because there's that was so weird. TikTok. That was is someone inviting me for something? Okay, sorry. All right, 10 of Pentacles. you're changing over this financial stuff, and it is better for you in the long term, in the long run. Whatever you're doing now to change the financial flows could be beneficial for you over the long term, and it could be like really great. Always play the long game. Capricorn is always about playing the long game. Capricorn, we can. So you know what someone told me? Someone told me that because I could wake up very early and be at the same spot consistently, like at a time like 7:30 a.m. every day, that's why they respect me, because of that discipline. And I'm like, there's so many other wonderful, valid, verified reasons to respect me. But if that's the one, if that's the one, I'll take it. But when you observe someone and they have that level of self-discipline, and you see how they're using their self-discipline to learn, to achieve, to become more self-aware, hopefully hopefully that's inspiring, instead of having the opposite effect. Yay. Oh, waiting for the move to the next couple of weeks. I would say that's definitely going to be coming in. I would say the news of it, the news, big news. So long term, playing the long game. Let's take a look at the devil energy. This, if there's gonna, let's say, just take a look. Let's take a look. What's the devil energy? Thank you. Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles. That was the High Priestess. Didn't you have the Four of Pentacles like earlier? Earlier. Okay. What we're not gonna do is be super greedy and fearful and the lack mentality. That's the only thing that's gonna like mess this up. And that could be not just financial, but with this Cancer energy, people could be so clingy and needy. Sorry, not sorry. Clingy, needy, codependent, complete brat energy, guilting, emotionally manipulative. I don't think anyone in the zodiac does emotional guilt tripping better than the Cancers. There, I said it. I'm so serious. I swear to God. I swear. I swear. Cancers. Anyway, so be careful of course, if you observe yourself doing that, but also of other people. If you see other people and other people are just, you'll know it in your situation. You'll feel it. You'll feel it. And you're like, oh, that's not warm and fuzzy. So it could be, with affection, with attention. People could be very like, oh no, you're giving attention to, the new baby. Remember in the Addams family? Do you remember that? Do you remember Addams family? How the little baby came home and Pugsley and Wednesday were like, I'm gonna kill you, like you're, you know. So it could be like that. People can be super ruthless and cutthroat with like, attention, money, resources, and for whoever this is over here, welcome to your reading. That's gonna mess this up. That's the only thing that can really mess this up. And hopefully you integrate all of the lessons that the delay has been making you learn. So that's how you know when you're done with this test, is when things move forward, and you'll know that that's when you've overcome all of the frustrations and the lessons. So think about what you've had to move through and overcome, and the obstacles, as something's been kind of delayed, and give yourself a pat on the back for that. That's really it. So don't hold back. Don't hold back. I don't think anyone at this time is going to be at big risk to being super like frivolous with their money, except maybe Sagittarius. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Risings. You probably should analyze your financial decisions over the last 6 months. And then just like, okay, let's take a look at your Moonology. But this looks really fun. Like whatever you're launching and putting together and delayed and it comes back up, it looks really fun. I would just say, like I said, the only thing, like, just don't have like a fear-based, don't think, oh, there's not enough, or there's, it could be, it's like silly. Very silly. Let's take a look. Yay, Let Me Be Frank is here. Okay, bottom of the deck, believe in the impossible. It's blue moon energy, and we do have 2 Capricorn full, not in the same month. That's a real blue moon, when there's 2 full moons in the same month. But we've got 2 Capricorn full moons and Saturn stationing retrograde. And we're going to have Pluto back in Capricorn. If you balance it out, the Capricorn with the Cancer, that vision, that emotional vision is necessary with the hard work. And the material reality, that's why people make a lot of money and they're not happy. They're not happy with themselves. They sit in their expensive everything and it's not doing it. It's not cutting it. You can't just have material security without, soul in something, and feeling really, grounded through the feeling. The feelings are, I can't even get into that. Can't even get into it. All right. But believe in the impossible. And then your poppers, we have bring love into the situation. New moon Aquarius energy. We have luck is on your side. I love that. Luck is on your side. You're very close to achieving your goal, and your hard work is paying off. And TikTok too. Your hard work is paying off. Hard work is paying off. You're very close to achieving your goal. Luck is on your side. Bring love into the situation. And believe in the impossible. It's kind of a perfect axis for getting a lot done. It's like lover and a fighter. It's like having the emotional, spiritual passion and the physical discipline and wherewithal and mentality and strategy. But that's, every axis could be really beautiful when when it's in balance. So meditate on that. So if something is like, wow, this is really great, this is really wonderful, and I'm getting this now, don't get lost in that, because success is only it's not like a lasting feeling. It's like, yay, but success is only to like link the next link in the chain. Like it's only supposed to move you through. You don't like live in that, Alexander the Great kind of like, or like some big emperor coming back from like that's, it's a lot. And then likewise, if you're like, wow, this was a total dud, or this was a waste of time, or I lost all this money, or this all fell through, or this is all falling apart, or then just ground it down into the lesson you're supposed to learn. Once you learn the lesson, you can let it all go. You don't have to feel bad anymore. Once pain is only there to learn the lesson. Once you learn the lesson, you don't have to care anymore so big and hold all that energy. You can let it go, let the whole experience go, let it all go. Okay. And then you move forward, and then you're going to get another Capricorn full moon, and then we'll see where we are there. I love you guys forever and ever and always. Take very good care. I'll check in on you guys next time. Until then, many beautiful blessings upon all of your beautiful head stallings. Mwah.